Hello everybody. I cannot go and sleep today, so I'm gonna solve chess puzzles. Hmm. So the last move of the black is knight f6, knight e4, and are the weaker points in the black position here? It would be something very easy, I guess. Oh, queen e4, queen e4. I see. Knight c7 is checkmate. Is that the move? I'm gonna try it. It is the move. It is the move. So they take. I must take the queen. Okay, and I saw it very fast. Whoa. Okay, let's see the next puzzle. Hmm. Oh, this looks like it's very easy. Knight f3 check. Knight f3. Okay, the black has check on h8, which is kind of annoying. So can I trap the king somehow with some checks? Bishop d2, bishop f2. I'm not seeing bishop d2. Let's see, for example, bishop d2 check. He must go on f1 or d1. So if he goes on f1, for example, rook f3 check, he must go on g1. Knight e2 check, he must go on h1, and rook f1 check and mate. So if he goes on d1, then bishop c3 check. Now then bishop b4 check, and he must go on c1, then bishop e3 check, he must go here on d1, and then how I made him, it's not, it looks easy. So I'm assuming that the first move is with a check, but is it? Bishop d2, if he goes on f2, he goes on f2, rook f3 check, bishop e3 check, goes on g1, bishop e3 check, and rook f1 is made. So I must solve him after bishop d2, king d1. What I play? Maybe I play. Knight f3. If we go knight f3, he goes on e2. If he goes on e2, I cannot do anything. So I think bishop d2, he goes on d1, and after that bishop c3 check, he goes on c1. So he goes on c1, and then now let's say bishop b4. Bishop b4 checks, he goes on c1. Bishop a3 check. The only move is king b1. And now I can play rook b3 or rook d1. So let's say rook b3 check. Rook b3 check. He has two options, e1 or e2. No, I think I must bring the knight somewhere. So rook d1 check. He goes on e2, And after that I don't have any checks. After he goes on e2. Very hard this one. Bishop f2. So let's say something else, huh? Yeah, I also want to check one more time before I think for something else. Bishop d2, he goes on d1. So he goes on d1. Bishop b4, check. He goes on c1. Well, what about knight e2? Knight e2 check, or knight b3. Let's say knight b3 check. And he can play on b1 or on d1 or on b2. He goes on b1. Check from rook from d1. He goes on. He can take on c2. It's so hard. So let's say knight f3 check. Knight f3. If he goes on f1, check from the rook. He must go on e2. I cannot mate him. It's not knight f3. Something else. Bishop f2 maybe. What about bishop f2? Check. He goes. He just takes. Rook f2 check. Can go on e3. It's not working. What about bishop h6? Bishop h6. So if I play bishop h6, there is no checks, and I can play knight f3 or something like that. Oh, what about rook a3 or rook b3? Oh, that was cool. Rook b3 or rook e3 for rook a1 checkmate, because knight and bishops are protecting all the squares. If he goes on f1 or on e1, it's a game mate, it's unstoppable mate. So rook e3 or rook b3 looks like the best move. And but they have check, so let's say check. So let's say check, and but it's unstoppable. I think it's rook b3. Oh, actually it's stoppable, because rook there, I go here, he can give me as many checks as he wants, and finally king f1 for king g2, because my king will be not in this board protecting g2. Very hard. So let's say bishop d2 check, and he must go on d1, and then play bishop h6, then play bishop h6, and he must go on a1 again. The difference is now this rook, the difference is now I have a bishop here, and I can play something like something like what? Okay, bishop d2, king on d1, bishop on h6, king on e1. So what else? Rook e3, rook e3 check. So knight f3 check. No, it's not this. Oh, that puzzle is very hard, man. I cannot solve it. I'm thinking 10 minutes already. Almost 10 minutes. Any suggestions? One puzzle. It's very hard. So bishop d2. If he goes on f1, I already. Uh, if he goes on f1, king f3, bishop p3, and rook f1 is meeting. So f1, he must go on d1. He goes on d1. After that, I give check, and my bishop is going to h6. Oh no, 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 why not bishop d2, bishop c3? No, I don't want bishop d2 check. He goes there. I play bishop, maybe g5 even. Why not bishop g5? Bishop d2 checks and bishop g5 check. Then I have something like bishop h4 with a check, and he must go to f1, and if he goes to f1, rook d1 is checkmate. Oh, I think I solve it. A really hard one. Bishop d2 check. Oh, it's incorrect move. Oh, I should check it one more time. It's incorrect, really? Huh. I thought bishop d2, king d1, bishop g5, king e1, bishop h4, rook g3, bishop takes g3, goes on f1, and rook d1 checkmate. So what's the problem? So let's say bishop d2, he goes on f1, rook f3 check, he goes on g1, knight e2 check, he goes on h1, king f1 checkmate. I don't see what is the problem of this move, bishop d2. He goes on d1, and then bishop g5, bishop h4. Okay, I give up. I just think I'm solving the problem. So I give up. Then I'm gonna. So rook e3. This was what I was thinking. And check. Oh, king h1, really? And he's still protecting g2. So no escape for. Huh. So no escape for the black king. Yeah. So yeah, I was thinking that I will be pushed, but actually I'm not pushed. Because I'm protecting the king on h1. Can you believe that? And I'm really surprised, and I'm gonna play. Why not bishop d2 is working? So I'm gonna try to play against computer bishop d2. And now bishop g5, bishop h4. You know, this is working, man. You know? I like even this. I don't know why it says it's not working. Maybe because this mate is I don't know in how much moves. So this is mate in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 moves, and the other mate, and the other mate is let's see, 6 moves. Excuse me. So bishop d2. So from this position, I'm gonna play with the computer with black. So how many moves he needs me? To mate me? No. I've wanted to play another. Excuse me. So I wanted to try if I go one move. Okay, 1 2 3 4. So okay, this is one move faster. This is mate in 5, that's why it's working. And the other thing is mate in 6, so it bishop d2. Oh, this is why liking more. Okay, thank you for watching this. I hope you solved this puzzle before me. If not, we will try the next time. Bye bye.